What's going on, guys? Welcome into episode 2 of the Stay Bricking Show. I'm your host, Christian Dvorak. We've got a ton of cool stuff to talk about today. We've got some more reveals. We've got some rumors to talk about, which will be fun. A little bit of a controversy in the community. We've got some people being scumbags, stealing sets again. That's going to be fun to talk about. And we've got some awesome sets on sale. So there's plenty to talk about. We moved the line, we moved the start time up a little bit, 8 o'clock Eastern last week, 6 o'clock Eastern the week before. Hopefully that lets some of you guys internationally get involved a little more, get to watch it live. Also for the international viewers, the giveaway today, you guys can take part in. Episode 1, they were all physical sets. So it was US only, but today the giveaway is going to be a $25 Lego shop gift card. So just fill out the form. You can either use this QR code or you can use the link that's in the description to the stream. So either one, enter, and at the very end of the stream, we'll randomize, select someone, and we'll email you over the code after the stream. So that's what we've got going on today. In terms of news, what we can talk about first is the fact that we've got some brand new Lego Technic cars to talk about. And if you're familiar with them, I've actually got one, the Lamborghini, sitting behind me right over here. They're an awesome line. We had Porsche at one point, Bugatti, Chiron. We've got the Lamborghini Scion, the Ferrari, I don't know the model name off the top of my head. And now we've got the newest of the supercars to talk about, and that is going to be the McLaren P1. And this thing has quite the price. I mean, they're all $450 at this point, but like, man, like that kind of came out of nowhere. They announced it earlier this week for an August 1st release. I wish they gave us a little bit more time than 2 weeks because I would love to get this set. I don't know if in 2 weeks you'd be like, oh, yep, $450 on this set. I wish that we had a little bit more of a heads up of this one coming. Maybe I missed it. I'm not sure. But the set looks great. It looks fantastic. All of these ones always do. I'm always blown away at how they're able to get the Technic to just completely blend. It's completely seamless. And just the part usage, I know with Lamborghini, they had created a lot of brand new parts for that one. The experience, the building experience is one in and of itself. I mean, if you're not a Technic fan, you might have a little bit of a boring time with it. I myself am not super massive into these Technic builds, so I split up my Lamborghini build over a couple days, and it was fine. I don't know if this is going to be the case with this one. Maybe you guys can talk about the fact that some of these other sets, but the Lamborghini only had 6 numbered bags when I built it. This one has 3,800 pieces, or 39 just about, and the Lamborghini was about 3,700, so 6 numbered bags for the entire set. It was tough to find parts, so I don't know if that's going to be the case with this one, or if that was specifically just Lamborghini. Brickmaster Harry in the chat, what's up, man? You said, what do you think about the fang piece being used for the headlights? Let's jump back over to a headlight picture. Yeah, the part usage is great too, because again, almost all Technic, there's going to be, I think, a couple system bricks, if I remember right, with a chassis of mine. I think there was like 1 or 2, but the fact that they're all Technic, yeah, I think it works in this case. The white, I mean, they're never going to install like a light kit or anything like that in any of these sets. You're always going to have to go third party for that. But I think it does the job. The Lamborghini also utilizes white pieces as their headlight, so sticking with the theme there. Bethany says late 2000s Technic cars with ramp etc. were bangers. Yeah, the Technic line's been going for a while. These supercars are a little bit newer. Packaging looks incredible. You always get something cool with these sets. This is one of the ones that you want to keep the packaging, to be quite honest. I still have my Lamborghini one all the way back there. Harry said, for a Lego fan, it kind of sticks out to me, but for normal non-Lego people who get this, I think it'll blend in better. Agreed. Obviously, I mean, as soon as we pulled up the photo, you called out the fang piece, but yeah, for non-Lego fans, it's probably not going to stick out nearly as much. Again, just a small display pack. We've got a little carrying bag. That was the same thing with the Lamborghini, I can say, and I think it's the same. There's a little duffel bag with the Ferrari set as well. So that's the McLaren P1. There actually is a gift with purchase with this set. It's not announced on the site or anything like that, but it's a rotating logo of McLaren, of the P1 logo, so it's pretty cool. It'll be August 1st to August 7th if you buy it in that window. So again, kind of going back to, I wish we had a little bit more of a heads up that there's a $450 set and a pretty cool promo coming with it. So I don't know. On my end, I just wish we got a little bit more of a notice. David, welcome back, man. Good to have you in here again. I kind of want to pick that up when it releases. Me too, man. It's a matter of, is it going to work? I mean, there's plenty of other things. I actually just finished ordering all of the 2015 Bionicle sets for review. Matanui Mondays. We talked about it last time. They're going to be coming back after Bionicle Day. August 12th will be the first one. But so, having just ordered all of those, looking at a $450 set is a little bit tricky. Jumping on into the next one, we've got the Mercedes-Benz G500 Professional line, nice G-Wagon. This one's in bold red. They always use bold colors for these cars, which I love. I kind of wish the McLaren wasn't necessarily the orange, because that was the color of the first Porsche model. But anyways, this one we've got a red Mercedes, about 2,900 pieces, $250. So again, these are very much the premium sets. You're not gonna find them much cheaper than that. But jumping into this Mercedes, let's talk about that. So I think this offers a little bit lower of a barrier to entry than the P1 or the other supercars, but you're getting the same level of detail, a little bit more system bricks. I mean, I can just see the grille right here. Bethany says, I wonder if the Technic would make an Aston Martin DB5. I would love an Aston Martin. I feel like they're, Ferrari, Lamborghini, now McLaren, Porsche, sooner or later, right? So hopefully that comes up soon. This Mercedes-Benz ones, we've seen other ones similar scale, but again, it's a unique style. If you're not into Technic, you're not gonna love the building experience. Technic is a little bit harder, a little slower, just as it is. So I wouldn't really recommend it if you hate Technic. I'm not the biggest Technic fan, and I liked putting together the Lamborghini. I think this Mercedes looks awesome. It actually looks pretty off-road. I feel like the G-Wagons I've seen around the streets normally don't have this look. So this is a pretty cool, unique look. Again, that red color looks great. The blacked out Mercedes logo on the front. Same thing with the blacked out wheels. Love that. Great choice with black rims. But again, $250 price point. This one's available for pre-order now, so if you really love it, you can. I'm surprised that the McLaren's not available for pre-order. So I don't know exactly why they do that. Sometimes they gauge it. We saw it with Zelda just in terms of how many units they were expecting to sell. But again, I'm not really sure why this one would necessarily have a pre-order and then the McLaren wouldn't, given that we knew that supercar set was coming out at some point this year. Just my 2 cents on it. So we got some awesome Technic cars, and those are kind of all of the official releases that we've got for this week. Nothing crazy. Last week we had a ton of Star Wars ones that came out, and we had the Jaws one. This week a lot smaller. Bethany says, or the one from Ghost Rider movie. I think that no, they haven't done with the Ghost Rider. They've done a lot of smaller, like $100 Technic cars. But going into, so I mentioned at the start of the stream, there's a little bit of a controversy in the LEGO community. So if you follow Ryan MandR Productions, he has a history with LAN, to say the least. The LEGO Ambassador Network, and since he moved away from LAN, he typically puts reviews out before LAN ones do. And LAN, they always get the sets early. The reviews are typically the first ones to come out. But with Star Wars ones, kind of have come to accept that MandR always rushes it out first before they can get their hands on it, or not before they can get their hands on it, but before they're allowed to publish it. And man, it's a blast to watch, because he doesn't get the same access to sets, but to still get it out first, to find someone out in like Indonesia to send them the Venator, it's a lot of fun. And I think personally, it's good to have varying reviews out there, to have both LAN-sponsored ones and non-sponsored ones, because if it's just LAN-sponsored ones that are saturating the space, you kind of get the feeling of like, can you 100% trust all of these reviews? Typically, yes, you're fine with it. It's just they get access to the sets early, from my understanding. There's nothing else on top of it. But having someone who paid their own money for the set, who went out of their way to just acquire it early to begin with, there's a different perspective of, is the value there for the set that you're getting? And that's what I really like about seeing the non-land reviews early. And what has happened, I think, as a result really of Ryan producing all of these reviews before land puts theirs out, is we've seen with the earlier summer sets, Lego has let land publish them way sooner than they have. Honestly, like over a month early. We had seen, while I remember Brickworld was going on, we were seeing August 1st review sets. And with a month and a half gap, I almost have started to felt like when those sets actually release, it feels like they're not brand new anymore. Like, it's been a month and a half that we've seen the initial review, and it's kind of taken that spark away a little bit. But I believe it's a result of the fact that MandR is able to produce the review so early. Land kind of got tired and was like, you know what? Like, that's not how this is going to go. So they have started to release them crazy early, and it felt like at this point it was like, I don't know if he's going to still be able to get them out as early, seeing them again like 2 months in advance. However, he was able this week to produce both the Jedi Bob Starfighter, essentially reveal. We saw the picture. We talked about it last week, but he had the whole set review. The set has not been officially listed on LEGO's website up to this point, or have we gotten any other official images. He had the whole set review up. So to be able to do that is an incredible feat, number one. And number two, again, I just like seeing the perspective of someone who paid for the set, and also the perspective of someone who got the set early and is going to have a very professional review of it. I like seeing both sides of it. And then he also had done the Onyx Cinder, which we looked at last week, the Skeleton cruise ship, and same thing. This has not had any official photos. We've had the box art leaked out. The Skeleton crew hasn't had anything, and again, he just publishes it. What I really gained out of his early review was, number one, the set looked black in the images that we saw of the box. It's actually dark bluish gray and white. So a little bit of a surprise there. But again, it's such a blast to see it. Like when you see his early reviews pop up, it's like, man, like he's done it again. And to do it while you know that Land is trying to push out their reviews as early as possible to try to beat him, trying to beat them, how could you not enjoy that? Bethany says, speaking of the drama, I never knew why people were mad when Captain Rex Microfighter was released until I saw the Venator set was a thing. I bought the Microfighter before I knew the drama. Yeah, so speaking to that drama, specifically what had happened was the Venator had Captain Rex. It was labeled as an exclusive minifigure to that set. It says it in the instruction manual. And then this year, there's a $13 Microfighter, Captain Rex's Y-Wing. That includes the exact same minifigure. So people had been spending, over $100 just on the third-party marketplace just to get this minifigure. Now all of a sudden it's available in a $13 set. A lot of people are upset about that, especially because it says exclusive to this set. Me personally, I got the set. I don't buy them just for minifigures. I think they're a great bonus. I think when there's a really good one, it adds a little bit of excitement to the set. But I don't buy it just for the minifigure, so I don't have too strong of an opinion on it. I think what the instruction manual says was true at the time. It was exclusive to this set. And we've seen UCS minifigures be reproduced in other sets. So I don't have a massive issue with it, to be quite honest. I think it's funny that it comes in a $13 set. Normally you'll see that same minifigure come in like a $100 set, or the C-3PO is the same minifigure as the Luke's Landspeeder, which was $240, and now the set this summer is $140. So still decently expensive to get it. So for $13, yeah, it's a little bit different. Brickmaster Harry says, I totally agree that the early reviews just take the fun away. Same with leaks. Yeah, I mean, they're so early that it puts too large of a gap, in my opinion. Like 2 months to wait between the review and then the set. There were battle packs that I saw on the shelves June 1st, the Mandalorian ones, and was like, these are old. And it's just because you see so much information about them and so much time leading up that I kind of missed like the week of, or I remember the Force Fridays they used to have and announce all of these Star Wars sets. Like, give me the excitement closer to the set release, because then I'm honestly more likely to go out to the store and pick it up. Destiny says, I think LEGO should change the description of the set like they did with the black hair, Kane, and Jarrus. Very fair. Could we see a reproduction of the instruction manual? That I think is a fair compromise. I don't know what the likelihood is of that, or at least update the description like you're saying. I completely agree. So that's our community drama. I personally, again, I love it when MandR gets his reviews out early. I think it's hilarious. He also puts in his vlogs how he got the sets early, so it's adds more fun than just Lego sent the sets early. So jumping back into, I mean, we're staying with Lego Star Wars here, but jumping into next year's set. What's been awesome is this week we've gotten rumors, which are a ton of fun to keep track of. A ton of fun to keep track of rumors. These ones are for 2025. The January wave. The first one is Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. This one's rumored to be, and again, these are all alleged sets. There's no confirmation. I don't even know where the original source was for this, to be completely honest with you. But these are all alleged. This could completely change in a month, 2 months. But this is what's come out this week, so of course we're going to talk about it. The Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Interceptor is priced at $44.99, so $45 for 290 pieces. For a Jedi Interceptor, it's a little bit more than what we're used to be honest. I remember Anakin's 2014 Starfighter costing $25. Then it was, I think, $30 in the most recent release. So now $45, 290 pieces is not a very big jump. So what exactly are we getting that extra $15, which compared to the $30 set is a 50% markup? I don't quite know. I think it'll be cool to get Ahsoka Tano again. Same thing with her droid. But $45? I don't know. Minifigures wise, obviously we can expect Ahsoka, the droid, and I don't know, maybe we'll have a third one in there. Who knows? The ARC 170 Starfighter. This one is awesome. We haven't had an ARC 170 in quite a long time. This one is 497 pieces for $70, which might sound like a little bit of a gap in terms of price per piece. However, previous ARC 170s haven't been very large in terms of their piece count. I think there were 397 pieces for either the original one or the most recent one, and we've only got like a $10 price bump up. So considering how much time has passed with inflation and we're getting 100 extra pieces for $10, I'm excited to see it. We'll typically get bigger pieces in this set just because they're super thin wings. There's not a ton that you can do other than large plate pieces. So I have really nothing bad to say about that. January 1st release. Next year, obviously, the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So I think a decent amount of us are expecting not a ton of Revenge of the Sith sets, but at least a little bit more than what you would typically see. This year, we had the Phantom Menace and also Lego Star Wars 25th anniversary. We got the Pod Racer set. We got the Droideka so far. So again, just a couple of them is what I would expect to see. But we haven't had some Revenge of the Sith sets in a long time, so everyone's pretty pumped about it. Let's go back into the chat here. Brickmaster Harry, to be fair, in the first LEGO TIE Fighter, the instructions specify the Stormtrooper is being exclusive to the set. That's a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. No one seemed to have a really big deal when it was the Stormtrooper exclusive to the set versus Captain Rex, and I think part of that reason is Captain Rex has already been in very few sets. I mean, compared to a Stormtrooper, we're getting a couple sets a year that have Stormtroopers. Captain Rex we haven't seen in forever. The price for the old Captain Rex was so high, people were pumped to see it again. But yeah, an exclusive minifigure, and like I brought up the C-3PO, kind of the same thing. Destiny says, I wish LEGO would make more Rebel sets from seasons 3 and 4, but Ahsoka is definitely taking that spot. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think that we would see a ton of Season 3, Season 4 Rebel sets. Same thing with like Andor Season 1. We're not going to see much of. Typically what we see with the Disney Plus shows is right around their release, there's always a couple sets, and then right after it, there's a couple sets. I mean, now we're getting the duel on Peridia with Ahsoka Tano August 1st this year. Ahsoka was last summer. So generally, we'll see everything in that first year, and we're not going to see them really often go back and create sets for older seasons. So I wouldn't expect to see a ton with Rebels. Maybe like some of the Hallmark stuff, but a lot less of the niche specific episode stuff. So that's again why we haven't seen Thrawn in so long, is stuff came out around the time of the release, and since then we haven't really gotten much. Continuing with our rumors, Buildable Grogu and Pram. I personally love this. I've wanted a good Grogu Pram for a while, and we got the Buildable Grogu a while back. So if this set is to happen, I think this is going to be a killer one. Size-wise, I don't know what the scale will end up being. With the buildable figures we've had, of course, we've had R2, 3PO, Chewbacca all in a pretty similar scale. Grogu is a much different one. For a $100 set, 1,000 pieces, he's not going to be scaled the same. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. I guess actually, could it be scaled? I don't think so, because I'm trying to think of the R2, and his pram would probably be like the size, a little bit bigger than R2's dome. So, yeah, it'll be interesting, but I think this is one's going to be a good one. Day one purchase for me? Probably not, but it'll be one that I'll pick up when it's on sale, most likely. Now we've got some mid-eye scale stuff. The Starship Collection, that we've seen a couple of them this year, with the Invisible Hand, with the Millennium Falcon, with the Tantive 4. Next year, mid-eye scale Acclimator. We have not seen, to my knowledge, this set ever in LEGO Star Wars. We've never seen this variation. So to get that for a first, same thing with the Invisible Hand this year. If this is how we're going to get them, sign me up. We got the Nebulon Invisible Hand, and now this for the first time mid-eye scale. I love it. This model is rumored to be 450 pieces, $50, so around that same range as the Invisible Hand. Will it be the same scale? Hopefully. I would love to see a Venator at the same scale as the Invisible Hand to recreate some Revenge of the Sith stuff. But if this one's in the same scale, I will be absolutely pumped for it. So I'm interested to see that one. 450 pieces, $50. Other mid-eye scale set, it's going to be the Home 1, which again, we have never seen in LEGO. So to get this for the first time, mid-eye scale is awesome. At this point, we'll have, like 7 or 8 mid-eye scale ships. So the collection-wise, we're going to have a ton of them. And I think this one's actually really good for mid-eye scale. To put this at a larger play scale, it would take a lot of rigorous building techniques, and I'm not sure the finish would come out all that well. I think this is a good one to keep at mid-eye scale. We're never going to see a UCS version. A UCS version would easily crack $500 or $600 to be able to recreate this accurately. We're not going to see that for the Home 1. Even though it's an original trilogy ship, we're never going to see that. So I'm personally, I love the fact that we're going to get it mid-eye scale. 559 pieces for $70. So about 60 more pieces and $20 more than the Acclimator's rumored to be. I guess we'll see. Probably larger parts are going to be the reason why. Otherwise, $50 with a $20, or 50 pieces for a $20 bump up. I don't necessarily know about that. Alfonso says, what is your favorite Technic old school set? Man, one of the RC cars from like mid 2000s, like 2004, 2005. One of those RC cars I thought were awesome. I never really had any of them. I always saw them in shop at home, or I remember like one of my neighbors had one of the RC cars, and that was the only time I ever got my hands on it. But those ones always piqued my interest. Next up, we've got an N1 Starfighter, and they're showing the Mandalorian in this picture. I don't think it's going to be the version of the one behind me. I think if they were going to do that, we'd get it probably this year again with Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. This is also rumored to be a 4+ set, which if you're not familiar with what that means, generally a little blockier construction. We've had an ATST in the past that was a 4+ set. We've had a Hoth set, I believe, that was a 4+, and I'm sure there's a couple others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Yeah, man, the RC cars, they were sweet. So I think with 4+2, we got Mando, Grogu, obviously, 92 pieces for $30. Yeah, you guys be the judge of that. It's not like we're using big Duplo bricks, I don't think. They're just generally simple construction. I think these 4+ sets have a little bit of a pricing issue, and I don't necessarily love that. To me, it feels like they're marketing these sets just for those kids, and as a 4-year-old, you can build a more experienced set. Like, let's be honest. But parents see it and they're like, oh, this is the one that I have to buy. And so them bumping those, I don't love that. I think with all the other $30 sets, give the 4-year-old a challenge. How about that? But again, all January 1st releases here. So in total, we've got an N1 4+ set, mid-eye scale. We've got the Home 1 and an Acclimator. We've got Grogu's buildable and a pram. We've got an ARC 170, which is my favorite. That out of all the ones, I think that's the one I'm most excited for than the mid-eye scale ones. And then Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. Unclear of exactly when this is going to be taking place in terms of the Clone Wars, but we've already seen Ahsoka in the later seasons a couple times, so hopefully it's another early Clone Wars Ahsoka set. That's what I'd be hoping for with it. But some awesome rumored sets for Lego Star Wars. We've also got some incredible sets that are on sale. I did a little bit of perusing through Amazon, Walmart, Target, and there's some really good sales to take advantage of. The Avengers Quinjet, so now we're jumping into Marvel, but the Avengers Quinjet is on sale for 25% off at Amazon, which gives it a price of $75 instead of $100. And I mean, look at the figure selection. You got Cap, Loki, Thor, Iron Man, and Black Widow. So you're getting the big three Avengers, Loki, and then Black Widow's in there. I guess if you put Hawkeye in, we actually have all the Avengers for what this set is based off of the first Avengers movie. But for $75, I'm probably going to end up picking this up. I haven't been really inclined to, especially at the $100 price point. I think it's a nice looking set. Looks pretty good. Figures are fantastic, but for $100, I have other Lego set priorities, to be quite honest. But for $75, there's not going to be a much better time. Does anyone know when this set released? What year? Like, is this one going to be potentially, what's the word, retiring soon? Is this one going to be retiring soon, and this is going to be the best chance to get it? Because once it sells out, those prices always hike up a decent amount. So interesting to see exactly where that goes. We've also got Commander Cody buildable helmet. This one is 20% off, so $56. What's up, Lazar? How you doing? Welcome, man. $56 for the Commander Cody. Again, at $70, I wasn't really jumping to get this set. I haven't picked it up yet. But at $56, yeah, maybe we'll pick it up. I don't know how long the sale's going to be going on, but I think $56 for, I think it's, how many pieces? 766 pieces. Great deal. Another good one there. Then we got a TIE Bomber on sale, 20% off. Again, this one is going to be $52 of the original $65. I haven't picked up the TIE Bomber yet. Another case of it's just wasn't one that was jumping out to me. It's the first time we really got a TIE Bomber, maybe ever. But to get this one, no, I'm sorry, not ever. We did get one TIE Bomber way back in the early 2000s. But even though it's the first time in a while, I was not jumping to go get this set. But at $52, I think that's a great deal. I would 100% have no problem picking the set up. So that's one to take a look at. Then this is, I think, the best deal. The Lego Icons Galaxy Explorer is 30% off at Walmart and I believe Target as well. So $70. I have it sitting on my shelf just over here, just off camera. Awesome build. 1,200 pieces. Just want to wrap your heads around that. 1,200 pieces for $70 on this incredible... Destiny said, or should I have a Gorilla Glue as well? I bought the Toomari unharmed line joints. Yes, to protect your line joints, you should. I saw that Gorilla Glue comment and thought it was maybe referencing Craggle, the Lego movie. Anyways, this ship is an unbelievable build. It's incredibly sleek. The finished model looks great. It's obviously a remake of the original classic spaceship. Even reference to the actual original set number was 928, and then there was another set number that's shown on the other side of the ship. Unbelievable set for $70. If you're a space fan, I would highly recommend taking advantage of this deal. I have no idea. One of the sales I was going to talk about has actually sold out since this morning when I had checked to see it again. So I don't know, again, how long these are going to be available, but $70 for this set is one heck of a deal. 30% off at Walmart. I would highly recommend. Those are all the sales at least I got to take a look at. There's always a bunch of stuff. The community Lego deals on Reddit, the subreddit, is a great place to look for. They've always got stuff. The Commander Cody buildable helmet was actually 44% off earlier this week. It's now down to 20% off. But if you've got Reddit, I would recommend the Lego Deals one to always stay up to date on those. Because again, a lot of the sets, and we talk about it when we go over them, they're not day one buys for me. They're not even necessarily full price buys for me. So finding them on sale, and sets are always going to be on sale. I mean, shoot, we saw the Razor Crest. I saw Limbo brought it up. The Razor Crest for 30% off. Like, you can get massive sets. The Republic Gunship was like 30% off at one point. There's always going to be deals. So if you don't want to pay full price for it, you never actually have to. Unless you want to get it day one, You're going to get a discount. Bethany said it has a Bionicle reference. Does it? One of the screen print pieces. Yeah, you're right. I would grab it and take a look, but I wouldn't be able to really get it in camera. So, but that sounds familiar. I think you're right. I think it shows up on the radar. But yeah, always good advantages or good sales to take advantage of. I mean, speaking of sales, we've got some Lego Insider. So obviously next week's Amazon Prime day or week. It's one of the two, right? A lot of retailers you'll see respond to that with their own sales, their own offers. And Lego's done just that. We've got July 16th to 20th, some Insiders days. We have absolutely no information in terms of what this means. I couldn't tell you what the offers are going to be. Being a Lego Insider is free. I can absolutely imagine double points on, at minimum, a large chunk of sets. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is like 5x points on certain sets like we saw with May the 4th with the AT-AT. I want to pick up the UCS AT-AT before it retires this year. I don't want to pay just the straight $850 for it, but at 5 times points, which would be 25% back in your point value, I would pick it up. So we'll see. I would imagine by the end of Monday, we'll know. I mean, we kind of have to. I don't think this will be something that at July 16th midnight, they're going to be like, here's everything. Here's all the deals, all the offers that you're going to get. I would expect something a little bit sooner than that. So we'll stay posted. I'll probably throw something on either like my Instagram story or on the community page here on the YouTube channel in terms of what that is, just to keep up on it. Because again, chances are there'll be some sales, some offers. I think we kind of know what the gift with purchases. I don't expect anything crazy with that. But it'll be interesting to see what they decide to go ahead and do with that one. So, completely moving away. This is completely separate subject here. I had said, some people are being some scumbags and stealing Lego sets. And this has been a trend recently. And why? I just have to imagine that people see how much they're worth and that's obviously they're Lego investing, but they're stealing. So we've seen bust cases in the past several weeks. We saw one in California. One was actually close to Delaware, I think was the other one. And they've just been blowing up. And now we've got another one. Probably going to switch this. This view is probably the best for it. $200,000 in sets have been seized. Suspects would go to brick builders to exchange stolen items for cash. So these guys are, I believe, stealing them either like a couple $100s at a time in stores, or they have a connection and can get to the truck before it gets. I don't quite know, but stealing sets. And what these guys were doing was selling it to a third-party retailer, similar to, I guess you would see either like a Bricks and Minifig store or like Orlando Brick Co., something like that. They're selling it to that store to get quick cash for it. A lot of those stores just straight trade in. So police in Oregon have recovered more than 4,000 stolen Lego sets valued at over $200,000 in a massive bust following a 3-month investigation, authorities said. The seizure happened on July 3rd at approximately 12:30 p.m. when authorities from the Springfield Police Department in Eugene, Oregon, served a warrant to 47-year-old Eamon Henriksen, the owner of Brick Builders, accusing him of knowingly purchasing new and unopened Lego sets that have been stolen from other local retail stores, according to a statement from the Springfield Police Department released on Tuesday. All right, a lot to unpack there. 4,000, 4,000. And we've got an image coming down here. Look at how many sets they stole. This is not like a one-time thing. This has accumulated a lot over time. But $200,000 in sets. I see a UCS Falcon over here. I see a couple, that's the Back to the Future car, James Bond car. So they're always targeting the more expensive sets. But $200,000. Why are you focusing on Lego? Again, now you're causing issues for the Lego community. We don't need that. Just go take your business somewhere else, all right? Like, $200,000. In several instances, suspects stole hundreds of dollars worth of Lego sets. So kind of like what I thought earlier, going in a little bit at a time and accumulating, and then immediately went to the brick builder store to exchange the stolen items for cash. most often at a fraction of their actual retail value. So again, they're stealing the sets and they're going to somewhere to trade them in. And when you go to trade in a set, you're never going to get the full retail value if it's still out on shelves. So they're going there and they're getting cash for it. And I believe what happened, and we'll see if it brings it up in this specific article from ABC. Authorities said in their statement announcing the bust, when interviewed, some suspects advised that the brick builder staff knew the sets had recently been stolen. Officers learned that many of the suspects were utilizing the money they received to buy and use illegal drugs. So, oh boy, that's a big surprise, right? I can't imagine people that would go and steal $200,000 worth of Lego were doing it so they could have drug money. Yeah, that makes no sense. Can't imagine that. But the surprising thing to me is brick builders knew that they had been recently stolen. I'm not sure how you make that connection. I guess if the same person is coming in over and over again, let's see if we can close out Shaq here. Maybe something a little fishy, especially with retail sets. But to know that and to still pay for it, yeah, you deserve maybe a little more than a slap on the wrist, because then they're charging, I guess, retail price. I don't think they would charge more than retail price. Maybe they would. But now they're making money on it as well, knowing, I mean, what is this, accomplice to the crime situation is what we've got here. Partnering with loss prevention investigators from Target, Fred Meyer, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart to confirm that Henriksen was purchasing sets that were stolen from them, the Springfield Police Department ended up recovering 4,153 Lego. 4,000. I want you to think about how many Lego sets you've ever purchased. You're not getting close to 4,000. I think if the amount of Lego Star Wars sets that have released, I don't know if that's even hitting 4,000. We can take a look at that in a second here. But 4,000 sets. I'm going to take a look and jump back into the chat here. Bethany says, what a collection. Yeah, I mean, $200,000 collection. Limbo says the owner was in on it. Yeah, man, apparently. Like, that's the disappointing part for me, is not only obviously someone stealing Lego is a terrible thing, but you're a trusted person in the community to resell these sets or to sell old sets, and to knowingly do that and then you're profiting off of it, like, you're a scumbag. David Hernandez, at that point, just steal cars or rob pieces. Why Legos? I guess they're easy targets. They typically, I mean, you'll see in Target, they'll have the security sensor on some of the larger sets, but sometimes they don't have any, especially in the Lego stores. There's no real security. Like the super large sets, like the $850 Falcon, those are typically empty boxes on the shelves on Lego, within Lego stores. And then once you purchase it, they'll come wheel you one out from the back. So that's like the most security they got, but I guess they're just easy targets. I would also say that Lego stores probably, like, they're more so kid stores. Like, you see someone walk in, I don't know. The monitoring on them just must be a little bit easier to steal than, again, cars. And I think also, let's think about it here for a second. Who you might run into when you're stealing Lego sets, I would imagine a little bit less intimidating of a person than you'd run into if you were stealing their $100,000 car. I would expect a little bit more of a confrontation in the car scenario versus Lego. So I guess it's a little bit safer for them to rob it, but like, still though, like, what are we doing? Destiny says, in prison, what have you done? I stole 4,000 Lego sets. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's probably one heck of a conversation there. Oh, Lego CPA, what's up, man? I can't wait for your stream a little bit later tonight. He's going to be recapping Brick World with a ton of creators that were over there as well. Can't wait to watch yours a little bit. That's actually part of the reason why I moved mine up, is because I want to tune into yours as well. Not less than retail to get them gone. Okay, yeah. In terms of reselling the sets. Yeah, because if you resell them less than retail, they're going to go right away. David Hernandez says, we're gonna have to buy Legos locked in glass shelves now. Yeah, dude, I don't want to see that. Like, it's bad enough when, like, you go into like a city and you have to go to like CVS or something and you have to buy like toothpaste or deodorant and it's locked up, and it's like, I don't feel like ringing the bell to get that. Like, same thing. I don't feel like ringing the bell to get my $20 Lego set. Like, stop it. Like, all of this trend of people stealing mass amounts of Lego needs to stop. Both selfishly for the community and also just in general. Like, don't be doing that. Do you have any plans for Bionicle films? We'll talk about that in a little bit. Cookies and Dreams says, this is my irrational fear. People breaking in and stealing my collection. I remember a case of this a couple years ago. Someone had stolen a collection and they had gone, not viral, I don't think viral is the right word to say, but it had gotten very public in terms of how much money their collection was worth. And a lot of people set up donated to a GoFundMe that was set up for them. And yeah, having your collection stolen, I can't imagine. I think it's interesting because like you see some people's just massive collections and it's like, I don't think a burglar would ever understand that like the most valuable thing sitting in that room is that person's Lego collection. But that would really suck because again, like of all things, like don't be going after that. Bethany says this reminds me of Better Call Saul episodes. I've never seen that series. Does it? Yeah, if you know, you know. I don't know. But let's continue reading with the story here. The 3-month investigation by the Springfield Police Department uncovered evidence that Henriksen was knowingly purchasing new unopened sets. Yeah, we talked about that. That had been stolen from local retail stores. So how do you guys think they tracked it? Because they were able to confirm that they were stolen from retail stores. Is it just a barcode? Like, do they just uncover this mass collection? They obviously over months had this investigation. You know, we're sure, hey, these are all stolen sets. And then what, do you scan the barcode and then it pops up under Barnes & Noble's thing that it was never sold? I don't know how you track that. If any of you guys has any idea, put it in the chat because I'd be interested to hear your theories about it. We all feel the impact of organized retail theft through increasing cost of items we buy for our families, said Police Chief Andrew Shearer. Recognizing this, SPD's Crime Reduction Unit, with the support of our retail partners, works diligently to hold accountable those who have made the choice to engage in or support retail theft. SPD is proud of the work of our officers, and we are committed to the pursuit of those behind the crimes in our community. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Henriksen has since been charged with organized retail theft and theft by receiving. So Henriksen is the owner of the store. What's the name of it? Let's get it again. It's Brick Builders. So Henriksen is the owner there, has since been charged with organized retail theft and theft by receiving. Police are asking for anybody with further information to contact SPD, and their number and information is there. The investigation is still currently ongoing. Obviously, they're trying to catch everybody that was involved. There's not a single person that stole 4,000 Lego sets, but nevertheless, glad that they caught the main dude getting him. Why is that? I keep coming back to the fact of like, why does this keep happening? Why do we see hundreds of thousands of dollars of collections just stolen? Alexander says, I wonder what it would be like if a Paraka stole those sets. They'd be the ones to steal it. That'd be on brand for them, right? Bethany says, I think that observation duty is your best hope in order to recognize person, car, register, etc. So what, I guess, like, are they checking, like, cameras and over time, like, they're logging that same person and or logging what they're carrying out, maybe? I'm not exactly the most informed in terms of the criminal justice process for stealing retail goods. I just know that it sucks, and all these goons that are doing it, like, let's keep getting them. I think naturally we'll transition over to next Lego movie idea, says David Hernandez. Yeah, now President Business needs to go and help stop retail theft. Let's get that going. Let's just naturally go into a Q&A here. There's some questions on it in the chat. Hang around, answer some of those before we get into the giveaway. I'll throw that QR code. Also, there's a link in the description. We're going to do a $25 Lego Shop gifts card. It's an e-gifts card, so anybody can enter. Last week, it was only US because they were physical prizes. Anybody can enter it this week, so if you're international, we'll just email it to you after the stream here, after the winner's selected. So make sure to use either the QR code that's sitting right here, or use the link in the description of the stream to go ahead and enter it. I'll leave this this code up, wrong hand, for a little bit, if you prefer to use that one. Cookies and Dreams. All right, we got a good one here. I used to work retail, and one guy had managed to track this specific truck loaded with PS5s. That was, I remember PS5s being a big item that was getting stolen. To know which day we got them, and he bought them every time we had them in stock. No idea how he tracked it. Yeah, I don't know how you track the truck. I guess, you can get delivery days down pat, especially if you know like a couple employees working the store. I mean, with the Lego store, I've been able to talk to employees, been like, hey, like, are you expecting this set? If there's one that's not really available, you see it come in and it's going right off the sales. I remember the grand piano was one that I had vigilantly tried to track down, and that was ended up how I was able to get it, was just checking, what day do your shipments come in. But to be able to track a truck, yeah, that would be another level deeper. Destiny says, I used to work at a market and I used to do more observation stuff, not anymore. Okay, got it. So that's your background, because you gave us a little bit of an explanation beforehand. I'm going to jump up. There was a question earlier about Bionicle. So what do you have any plans for Bionicle films? I actually do. At one point, we'll do a watch along. I obviously can't broadcast it, but I'll have it up on TV or whatever, and tell you guys where I'm at, and we'll do a watch along for The Mask of Light, Legends of Metro Nui, Web of Shadows, and The Legend Reborn. So at some point in the future, maybe sometime this fall, as it starts to get darker earlier and a little bit more gloomy out, we'll bring back Bionicle. We'll do watch alongs for it. So that's my plan for Bionicle films. Alexander Conklin says, what would the Paraka do if they were the ones that stole those sets? What would they do? I mean, they'd probably drop a rap track, that's for sure. Referencing the Paraka rap. Steven, did you watch Jaws yet? No, I haven't. If you were on the stream last week, you know that I was getting some crap for not having seen Jaws, but talking about the idea set. I haven't. A big movie fan. There's plenty of trademark ones that I haven't seen. No, I haven't watched it yet. Allegedly, I might watch it tonight, but we'll see. Again, I can't wait for Lego CPA's stream, and that's at 8 o'clock, so depends what time that one ends and where we're looking. It is Saturday night, so we got plenty of time. Cookies and Dream says, even we weren't told when we would receive those shipments. All right, so in your case, you're talking about PS5s, and that probably makes a lot more sense that you would know, because, man, PS5s for like how long were just impossible to get, and as soon as they were back in stock online, they'd sell it like that. In store, yeah, so that makes a little bit more sense. Question, any MOCs in the works? No, a couple MOC ideas. I had done the Lego Racers. Anyone remember the Lego Racers game from 1999, computer game? There was two of them, but the original Lego Racers, the boss cars, I had made those. Not myself, I didn't design them myself. I had found other people that did them and just made them. But I want to make displays for each of those 7. We got Captain Redbeard, King Kahooka, Basil the Bat Lord, Johnny Thunder, Baron Von Baron, Gypsy Moth, Rocket Racer. I can't believe that one almost just slipped my mind. But I want to do little base plates, almost like dioramas of each of their tracks with the car displayed. I have one design for King Kahooka, but that would be the most of a MOC I have in the work. I don't really have... In terms of MOC building, I'm not your guy for it. I'm not going to build a massive MOC. Smaller one maybe, but I can't just like freelance build that way. It would take like a lot of planning to do. That's in terms of MOCs. Destiny says, imagine going to see all American Rejects live. You're at the front row and you pull out Zammer launcher toys and yell, I've come to save y'all. Yeah, so who remembers last week we were talking about the Zamor Sphere launchers and the Kordak blaster toys. We went on a little bit of a goose chase to find those. Yeah, so all American Rejects were obviously a part of the 2006 Bionicle campaign, Free the Band. So yeah, I imagine what would their reaction be? Would any of them know like what this reference is, or would they just be like, what is this dude doing? Vizon Sympathizer. Yo, so speaking of Paraka, what's up, man? How you doing? Yo, that's a perfect word for the Paraka too. Do you think the Toa Mata are better than all the G2 sets? I have no idea, HJ Rex. I haven't built the G2 sets since 2015. I built a couple of the first ones, and a lot of them are going to be brand new to me, so we'll see. I think from a looks perspective, nostalgia perspective, I'm going to be very biased towards G1 just naturally. However, when it comes time to review them, that's going to go out the window, so we'll see. David Hernandez says, if you do reviews on the 2015 Bionicle, would you review the combiner models for the TOA and protectors? Yes. those will be. So I kind of missed the ball there with 2008 or 2009 Avmatorin and the Fantoka. Those could 2008. They could connect and essentially form like mini combinations. I never really showed those as those reviews. However, this time around for the G2s, there is going to be a separate week in Motunui Monday just for those combiner models. So yes, those will all be covered. And then in terms of ones that just kind of like click together with the Uniters in 2016, we'll see if that ends up being a separate video or if that just is a part of one of those reviews. But yes, they will be covered. Lego CPA taking me back with the Racers game, core memory. Yeah, dude, I played that game so many times. It was so hard as a kid, and it was still decently hard now. I mean, a quick playthrough, I think I beat the whole game in like an hour and a half the last time I had played it. But such a fun game. Do you like Lego Racers 1 or Lego Racers 2 better? I am stuck on Lego Racers 1. That's my game. Lego Racers 2 I thought's cool. I actually didn't love the animation nearly as much. It was like an open world game, which is pretty cool, and it was a much different take on it, but I felt like it was not like the type of game I wanted out of my Lego Racers. I wanted race, boost, portal, defeat Rocket Racer. That's what I loved. And you get to beat Rocket Racer again in Lego Racers 2. Lego CPS says All-American Rejects is touring this year, or they were previously. So there you go. There you go. That you can actually do it, Destiny. You can go. I don't know if you're gonna get your Zamor Sphere launcher into the show. I don't think you can bring like Nerf guns into a show, but you could maybe get a Save the Band T-shirt. That'd be pretty sweet. Star Kiki Productions, your favorite Bionicle set minus Bionicle 2015 and 2016. I am excited to hear that because as someone who's not very familiar with 2015-16 sets, I can't wait to build them. So love to hear that. My favorite all time is the Monos. The best I think is Brutaka. I like Toa Motunui, a 1B in terms of the best, but my favorite are the Monos. I love the function that's with them. 2001, and I'm very biased towards the early Bionicle sets, so take that as you will. But yeah, the Monos. Bethany said, I wish the All-American Rejects Tour isn't US only. I mean, I'm not shocked they haven't. I don't think that they've been like super high up on the charts in a decent amount of time, so Limbo says the way you listed off Lego Racers characters is insane. Dude, I love the game. It's like one of my favorite games ever, to be quite honest with you. I love the Lego Racers. Bethany says, have you played Lego Alpha Team? I found one for $5. No, I know of the game. I've never played it. Was it a Game Boy game? Do I have that right? Was it available on a Game Boy? I'm just asking because I have like a Game Boy my brother had got me for Christmas like a year or two ago. This Game Boy with like a bunch of games on it. It's like not actually a Game Boy. But I remember seeing like a couple Lego games on there, and that might have been one of them. HJ Rex, I think I just answered this one a little bit before. What is your favorite Bionicle set? The Monos. I mean, 2001 to 2003 hits differently for me. So that's just always going to be that case, you know? You know what? If I had to pick one that wasn't in early Bionicle and not Brutaka or Toa Motunui. So let's go completely, how about we go like top 10 Bionicle sets right now? This will probably end up being a video at some point, but what if we went top 10 Bionicle sets? How about that? So I would definitely do Monos number 1 overall. In terms of favorite, I guess best we probably should go based on like, I guess the scores that I had given for Bionicle. But all right. So if we go like best sets, not favorite, top 10, we got definitely Brutaka number 1, Toa Motunui like the 1B. Then I would go Monos. I would still put them in that same realm, but they're not as like intricate of a construction. Toa Metru definitely up there. Just what they had done in terms of transitioning for Bionicle and giving us something completely brand new. Then we go that's 4. Then the original Toa Mata, just for being iconic, is what I would say. Battle vehicles would probably be next. Axelara, T9, Thornatus, what was that? That was a V9 as well. Jetrax T6, I love that. They all have incredible functions. They're expensive to get, which is a shame now, but those are some incredible ones. Takanuva as in the original Takanuva, 2003. Love that one. Then I would actually go hot take here. I would probably put the Toa Mari like right below. Give me the Tahunga. Give me the 2001 Mictoran Tahunga. Give me those. They're one of my favorite sets, core memory wise. So I would say that. Is that 10? Was that 10? Anyways, well, there'll be an official video for like top 10 Bionicle sets. So there's a preview for you. Flame Girl Play says, "Heyo, glad to be back. Would you ever consider reviewing the Bionicle games?" Maybe. I did a playthrough of Matanui Online Game 1. Maybe one day I'll do one for Matanui Online Game 2. That's a much longer one, so we'll see. But maybe. There's like the PlayStation 2 game, whatever. Bethany says, "Have you ever owned Lego Racers cars that came in their own canister with a tire on top?" I don't remember when they came out. Yes. I owned maybe one of them. I think I owned a yellow car from that line. Iconic packaging. I wish we got packaging like that nowadays still. I mean, you think Bionicle canisters, and I know they were environmentally terrible, but man, were they cool. They were sick to look at. Now we just get boxes, and they've even modified the boxes recently. Isn't that big of an environmental impact? I don't know. Yep, $5 or $10. I remember. HJ Rex, what's your favorite looking G2 set? Oof, I mean, I can see 6 of the Masters. I see the Master of Stone Pohatu sitting right there. So he looks pretty sweet, but I'm not terribly familiar with them. I'm very excited for it. Lego CPA, Rockshi's up there for me. Layrock. Yeah, dude. The Rockshi are up there. I might have to modify my list a little bit because they brought knees to the game. If you know early Bionicle, the Rockshi were the first ones with knees, with actual functioning knees, and they were sweet. And not to mention the fact just the Rockshi in general. Like what a group. Lego CP says a lot of people don't like Toa Matanui because his build is so skeletal. So yeah, I remember when I had done the video for it a lot. It surprised me how many people were like, yeah, like they didn't agree with. I was like, this is like, I guess I was looking at it from perspective of to cap Bionicle off. This is exactly what I would want. It's sure it wasn't completely covered, but the articulation was top tier. I don't know of another Bionicle set that had as good of articulation as this one. And what I mean by that is like the shoulder joints rotated they were big arms, but they functioned like normal shoulders, super smooth. They weren't very like clicking or there's the word, they weren't sticking a lot. They were peak articulation. It moved just like a human would. It was the most organic articulation. Bethany, you put Mari higher than a Nika, but you prefer a Nika anyways. I mean, the Mari, those were just sweet builds, man. They're close. I just spit it off the top of my head. I don't have my list in front of me. So, would the Nika actually be super close for me? I don't know. I do think the Mari are better. Lego CPA, as long as people don't throw them away when it's not environmentally bad. Yeah, exactly. If we can recycle properly, then we can have better Lego sets. So Lego set packaging. So maybe that should be our goal here. Don't just throw away your boxes. Let's make sure we're disposing of them properly and send Lego a message that we want canisters back. How that's going to get across to them, I mean, shoot, I'll campaign for it. I'll be the front man screaming for canisters. David Hernandez, what is your favorite 2015 Toa? Mine was Kopaka. We'll wait and see. Tahu is just naturally going to be, I remember the Tahu, Kopaka, and I think Onua were a larger, in terms of piece count and size, than Gali, Lewa, and Pohatu. So maybe, I would say one of those 3 of the larger ones would probably be one of the ones I would shift towards. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this giveaway up for like another couple seconds here. So if you guys want to enter this giveaway for a $25 Lego Shop gift card, use the QR code or the link in the description. It's just a Google form. You fill out your screen name, which will get announced as the winner, and then just an email to contact you at, and it's international this time. So we'll be drawing that not too long. I'm going to probably wrap up here pretty next couple minutes or so. Cookies and Dream says, currently mocking a Bionicle Titan, and I'm using Toa Matanui as a reference for articulation and size. Can't go wrong with articulation there, size. So you said Titan. So yeah, it's a great size. It's a little bit bigger than Brutaka and Axon and them. What's like the inspiration? What's the element for this Titan, or is it kind of like a neutral? I'm curious to hear a little bit more. Bethany said, I remember when Knight's Kingdom is the last sets came in a soup can. Imagine if Bionicles had those as well. So Knight's Kingdom's last, did they really? Like a legit soup can, or are you just comparing the I can't talk. I remember like soda can looking sets. Soup cans I'm not 100% sure of. Yeah. HJ Rex, which G2 set are you going to get first? Well, I do have some of the master sets. The protector sets are next. I have the Lord of the Skull Spiders as well. So I've already got a decent amount. In terms of which one's going to be first, it's going to be the masters. Just like we started Matanui Monday with the Toa Mata, we're going to do the same thing with the 2015. We're going to start with the masters. Is what I tend to do. They had a Lego set had a metal canister. Yo, that's crazy. Especially for a kid's toy. Could you imagine like a young kid just going in, just chucking a canister in the store, throwing a little tantrum? Like now they're hawking metal cans around. Like, my God. Cookies and Dream says, Ice Element Titan, trying to use all of the ice themed pieces over the years throughout the model. Oh, that'll be cool, because we did transition from like flat white pieces, then we got some gradient pieces with some transparent elements and all of that. So yeah, I wonder how that's gonna end up looking. That's sweet, man. Go a little bit longer here, and then we'll jump in, do the giveaway, and then wrap it up for today. What's your favorite Bionicle mock? Says HJ Rex. My favorite was and let's find pictures of these ones. This was the Balrog Queen. Someone had made updated versions of Godok and Kodok, and the mock was just unbelievable. I'm finding a picture of it right now for you guys. Let's get full screen there. Look at that. Like, that's my favorite Bionicle mock that I've seen. I love seeing like these revamped versions of older sets to modern pieces. I love seeing that stuff, and this is the first one that came to mind. I guess does the Kanoe Dragon count? Because the Kanoe Dragon's very nostalgic. I remember the Rahi Beasts book that coming up, but that one is like the first one. So yeah, I would say that Kodok and Godok mock would definitely be my favorite one. Flame Girl Play says, will you be going for even the 2 small sets for G2? Maybe. If they're like the same as like good guy, bad guy, then no. Oh boy, we had a little bit of a malfunction there. Then no there, but otherwise, yeah, we're gonna hit all of them. The Dinosaur Heretic says, the Shin, Galak, and Exotoa mock is one of my favorites personally. Ooh, an Exotoa one. An Exotoa one. I gotta take a look at this one then. She said they are the Shin Exotoa mock. Ooh, is this what you're talking about? 1 second here. Are you referring to this? Because that is sweet. That's an Exotoa right there. Looks like something out of like Pacific Rim. That is awesome. Love that. Agreed, Cookies and Dreams. The Balrog Queens, fantastic. Revamps are always so cool. Agreed. Like we talked about, if there was ever going to be like a 2001 line of like the way that they did the gift with purchase, and I would love to see it that way. It's just, let's revisit it, but not just recycle it. Love that. Yeah. That one posable Exotoa was it the one that I showed? There's a couple other ones over here that I'm seeing on the tab I have open, but I would imagine that was it. H.J. Rex says it's official. Bionicle is in the Pacific Rim universe. That's what exactly what that. I haven't even seen the Pacific Rim movies, and that's what it reminded me of. So, let's I'm down for it. All right, let's do a giveaway. How about that? Let's do a giveaway. Again, this is a $25 Lego Shop gifts card. It's an e-gifts card. We'll get in contact with the winner and we'll get it to them after the show. Like I said last week, the ATT was a special one, okay? Episode 1 was a special one. Every once in a while, I'll have a giant one. But hey, $25 Lego Shop gift card. We talk about how many sets coming out in August 1st for the past 2 episodes. Put it towards that. Put it towards something on sale. We got Insider Days coming up. Use it for whatever. Use it for like whatever set you want. But let's go ahead and run this giveaway. So we've got the formula in here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hit enter here, and whoever wins this wins the giveaway. We've got Steven Ronfolo. Congratulations, man. $25 Lego Shop gift card. I'll reach out to you right after the stream is over. Let me know in one of the future streams what you end up using it for. Definitely would love to hear what you guys are getting out of this. Flame Girl Plays, jumping back to the chat here. We'll jump back, we'll finish up these messages, and that'll probably wrap it up for this stream. Says, oh snap, why couldn't we get that as an official Exotoa set? I mean, a revamped ones. Sentimus Prime, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome on in if you were just joining. Lego CPA, it's a different one. I'll have to find. Yeah, all right. Let me see if I can pull that one up. I think you just sent me over something. Let's see here. Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look at this one. So this is a much smaller version. It's just cleaner. Oh, that does look nice. Obviously, a lot more posable than the original Exotoa. Oh, I love seeing Gali in here and like Leiwa in them because obviously with the Exotoa, we only really saw Tahu marketed with it. That's sweet. I really like it. It kind of it reads to me like a 2005-esque Titan is how I would lump it in with like the 2005. Dang, that's a good one, man. All right. Yep, see your message now, CPA. Thank you for sending that over. I don't think I would have shown up there. Bethany said, I don't know if I didn't hear, but what's the next week's giveaway going to be? We'll see. I don't know. I can guarantee you for the August 10th show, which is Bionicle Day. For those of you that don't know, August 10th is Bionicle Day, 810 bio. Get it? Definitely going to be Bionicle giveaways for that one for sure. In terms of what they are, we'll see. Next week's giveaways, I don't have anything necessarily in mind. Bare minimum, it would be a Lego e-gifts card. If there's like a set that kind of matches what we're talking about. Like last week, we talked a lot about Star Wars, and there's some cool Star Wars sets to give away. So I would generally pair them with what we're talking about in the stream. So we'll see what exactly is going to be coming up there. Sentimus Prime, I enjoy your Bionicle Retro reviews. Thank you, man. Thanks. Are you talking about the retrospective ones, the shorts? I have to catch up on doing a lot more of those. They are a challenge fitting in 1 minute. Lego CPA, very close to the original, but 2.0 version for sure. Agreed. It's just a cleaned up version to it. It's more polished. Still has that Lego charm and it isn't over the top. Agreed. I also like that it's scaled with the Toa. It's probably like the same overall dimensions, I would imagine. Yeah, Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up a show here, episode 2. Thank you guys all for joining in again. It's been a blast. Still figuring out the most optimal way to run all these streams. The flow of them. Still getting the hang of it. It's gonna take a couple more episodes, I'm sure. But thank you all for joining in. It's been a blast. I absolutely love doing this and doing all the engagement. Again, going to be doing Saturdays. The time slot we'll figure out. I'll try to give a little bit more of an advance than I did this week. I know I announced 6 p.m. I think yesterday. But we'll tinker around with that a little bit. In the meantime, obviously, as always, stay bricking. And if any of you guys has any information on those guys stealing Lego sets, make sure you report it to the SPD, as the article said. But other than that, have a great and wonderful day, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend for those of you enjoying that as well. And we'll see you guys next time.